本当？見えないでしょ？どこにいるのかな？見えないよ。
I miss you.
It's 1:30 and 10 seconds. We're late.
You ready?
We're late.
We're behind.
Everyone, when should we clap?
You do a
1, 30, 20.
We do an easy 3, 2, 1 clap.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, we're good.
What's good, Boston? Welcome to Waypoint Radio Live. We are coming to you live, like we rarely do, from Boston, from the Dragonfly Theater. I'm Austin Walker, and we are here for Waypoint Radio Live, plus our Laura Reason's Mark of Mastery exam. Joining me today, eager to talk about Kingdom Hearts, Rob Zachney.
Hey, what's up?
Also with me, Natalie Watson at our first PAX ever.
Yeah, I'm a child.
Patrick, I've been to every PAX ever, Klepek.
Oni-chan, my hips are moving on their own.
What the fuck?
Close that window.
What
No
did
more.
you search?
What did you... Take his phone.
Greatest anime quotes.
Please.
According to Pantsu Witch.
That tracks.
Pantsu Witch?
I don't
Pantsu
know.
Witch knows her
No.
stuff. And of course, our examiner himself, Cado, is here with us.
Also, his first PAX.
Also, Cado's first PAX.
Yeah.
First PAX for Cado.
First
also.
convention.
First, no.
That's not
First
true.
PAX.
Wow,
First
drag.
convention.
No, I meant like games convention.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Okay.
You having a good time? No, okay, you know what? Here's real talk. Yesterday, I was like, so Cado, what'd you see at the floor? And he was like, I'm...
Never been there in my life.
Never. He sat in the media room to prepare our quiz.
I made this.
For
Get
literally
ready, it's
8
good.
hours. And I was like, Cado, you have to go see games.
I will
Have you been
eventually.
to the floor yet?
No.
He saw a game today. I took him to a game.
Should we talk
I
about
saw
games?
our
What should
game.
we talk about? What are we doing here?
You have a slideshow, I think.
Yeah, we do have a
You did prepare.
slideshow.
You know what? You prepared the slideshow. We
And we're
should
gonna use it, goddammit.
show us the slideshow. What's Waypoint Radio Live? That's us.
Yeah, that's us.
Okay.
Hi.
And when we first got to Boston, we did something special together as a team.
What did we do? I don't remember. Oh, right. Yes. When we launched our website, moments after, apparently, a seafood restaurant here in Boston, also...
Cambridge.
Apologies, Rob. In Cambridge, Massachusetts,
Near Boston.
near Boston, across the water. It's water.
River.
Okay.
That has water in it.
Yeah, H2O.
So it has dihydrogen monoxide.
We got it.
I wouldn't
Got
be
it.
too confident of that,
good.
knowing the Charles, but
Okay, fair. And we were like, well, there's this seafood restaurant named Waypoint. We should go. We shouldn't go for dinner because we should go somewhere else for dinner, which we're not saying. Veggie Galaxy was good. We went to
Veggie Galaxy was really
great.
good.
And so we went. We were like, we're gonna go for a nightcap. Rob had a great suggestion. Let's go for a nightcap at this bar/seafood restaurant.
it's a short walk.
Was it? Was it a short walk?
1 to 3
Boston
miles,
standards.
who can know?
So we get there and we're like, all right, Waypoint. We should get a photo. And as you see, Natalie was so eager to get in the photo that she charged in. And then we have to get a team photo, so we handed our phone to a random passerby.
Not great.
Not
When he
ideal.
was holding the phone like this, you're just
We
like,
immediately knew we need someone
And
else.
Patrick, who has, humility, was like, it's fine, we should just go. And then Natalie and I were like, no.
Let's
Absolutely
bother
not.
another fucking stranger.
He was very nice, and he knew what he was doing.
He didn't know.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm going to take a
He
few.
was like, I'm gonna
Look at that.
horizontal it,
He was like,
vertical.
I'm gonna get the sign.
Great
I'm gonna
photo.
get great team photo, Waypoint. And so then we were like, all right, now let's go in to get our drink. And Waypoint. It's closed.
It was close.
So Rob, what did you tell us at this point?
So there's a couple other places that are also a short walk up into Harvard Square, and it'll just be a few minutes. And if you need to go to the bathroom, again, it'll just be a few minutes. So just be cool.
Yeah, we should point out that at dinner at Veggie Galaxy, like several people had to go to the bathroom. It's like, nah.
Well, wait.
Save that piss for
it's only a walk away. We'll be good.
Hold on, that was not my call.
It was-
Everyone was like, we need to get out of Veggie Galaxy. I don't know why. I don't know what they did.
We wanted to go for the nightcap.
Okay.
The nightcap at 8 p.m. So yeah, Waypoint was closed, unfortunately. So we went for walks, and then Rob literally led us to the other place listed on that sheet.
Yeah.
But it was filled with
Sister
suits.
restaurant.
Yeah, Alden and Harlow.
But it was filled with
Suits. It was suits.
there were suits in
Men
there.
who had ties on that were more expensive than anything I own.
We could feel capitalism all around
There were
us.
pocket squares.
Oh no!
Seeping.
So we went to like I would say the antidote to capitalism, which was a bar playing fusion jazz.
Yeah.
But essentially, imagine the Persona 5 soundtrack played live, and like that's what we had while we played.
And we played some pool.
I'm good at pool.
Natalie's good at pool.
Yeah.
I am.
You should pay attention in the back if you can. Just try to look at the drummer. Not the drummer, the keyboardist.
The keyboardist.
Also look at Rob's great face. So yeah, the best thing about this bar was that the keyboardist had a Sonic hat on. Also, we talked to them. They're called Crosswalk. Nope, not Chainsaw. Crosswalk Anarchy.
Yes.
Though Natalie kept calling them Chainsaw Massacre.
I don't know why. It's stuck in my head. I don't know why.
And we were the only ones, like, they finished and be like, that was super
That was the
good.
best.
And they would just kind of look at us like, we're not done yet. Do you know how jazz works? Like,
We were embarrassing.
There was a moment. They were playing like really good covers of pop songs, but like jazz fusion covers.
They did that cover of Them Changes by Thundercat. Which
which was
tight.
incredible.
So
I mean,
good.
that's
It was-
already a jazz fusion song, but like.
I mean, yeah.
But they were good.
Yeah.
At the very end, we were talking about like Radiohead and Coldplay.
we were talking about how, like, when Coldplay came on the scene,
Right.
they were getting dragged early as just like, oh, they're just like a shitty pop Radiohead. And
Right.
we were explaining this to Natalie, 'cause she's like, I don't understand, because I was like, oh, right, that was like
Yeah.
a long ass, it's like 15 years ago.
Right.
And then immediately we're like,
We're
finishing
getting ready to
finishing
leave.
our drinks.
We're
We're like,
paid.
paid the bill, we're good. And then like some chords start playing. And at first I was like, is that Coldplay? And I was like, no. That's
It's Radiohead. So we had to stay for that. But
I mean,
guess
what's the
we're jumping
difference,
ahead
but-
a little bit because there was another thing that happened, which is that there was a wild pool game between who were the teams,
Me and Cado.
Yeah.
Versus me and Rob.
and what was the setup before you
The
hit play on
setup
this?
for this is that
It was a
we
tight
were getting
game.
beaten badly, and
For the second
Cado
game in
and
a
I
row.
were just—it was just a war of attrition. It was just like they're gonna miss that next
Yeah.
shot. Like
Wait, hold
we're
on.
good.
Hold
Just
on.
put it somewhere where they can't hit it.
War
It'll
of
be fine.
attrition means
Right.
we had cleared our half of the table. There were a bunch of their balls
Three,
in the way.
2, 2.
How many balls are there in pool? 3 is a lot.
Three's a lot.
That's true.
And so it came down to this.
This is the final moment.
And Rob scratches.
Rob scratched,
The 8 ball.
and then Patrick embarrassed me publicly by yelling. We were getting looks. They turned down the lights so that we would be quiet.
Do I look like a cryptid in every photo?
You guys.
You take the win where you get it.
Yeah.
Life is hard.
So that was day one for PAX
You won
for
by
us.
default, okay?
Default is still a winner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was
Whatever.
our day one. We didn't really see any video
Whoa,
games, but
hold on. There's one more thing we have to talk
wait, what's?
about.
What is this?
So we looked at the menu.
Okay, I had this really good idea of a bonding exercise in which we,
Yeah, we're good.
Patrick lives in Chicago.
He doesn't see his friends that often. He doesn't have any.
No. Rob lives in what I imagine is like a lakeside country house.
Walden.
I don't know. And I thought it would be a really good idea for us to share a party bowl, but I thought it
What
was
was that? Cheryl, what?
a party bowl.
A party bowl.
I thought it would come with cups. For
I thought it would be a
each
different type of
person.
bowl, but this is fine too.
So we basically made almost a blood pact that night and shared this bowl together. It was beautiful. It was wholesome.
Do you remember this at all, Patrick? Do you remember, Patrick?
What happened next?
I don't know. What happened next?
I don't know.
I see.
I see what happened.
Yeah.
I see what happened.
Patrick, you're a dad. And
So I that next morning I wake up.
Yeah.
Didn't know all these tweets. I did tell Cado, tweet that, but I didn't
fucking
know
did it.
how far it had spread wide. And so, being an egomaniac, I have a Google alert for my name. I say, I want to see where my stories are being read.
That's not why.
Okay.
That's not why.
First thing that comes up, Reddit thread, Patrick Klepek, party animal. And honestly, if I'm being talked about on Reddit, it's not a good sign.
No.
Turn off Twitter for 24 hours. And actually, it was just like a very wholesome thread of people being like, he's a dad. He doesn't know how to drink anymore. You go out and just like, you're like, I'm with my friends. And you're like, I'm just going to do it like I did it. You can't, man.
You can't get the party bowl anymore.
And a bunch of people were just like, I've been there. We've all been there. I was like, thanks, fellow dads. Like, you know, you feel me.
The wildest thing is just like, we did drag Rob really bad while we were walking because we were going so far. Walking down strange alleyway. It was a whole thing.
We went 1 square.
Impossibly far.
What's a square?
I don't know.
I've never met her.
See 4 sides and
No, but in the end, you took us to like what was home. It was really the best place.
It was
for us. So
great.
thank you, Rob, for being
Thanks,
our tour
Rob.
guide. Thank Rob.
And I think that band thanks me as well. I think that band was really happy I brought you all into their show.
Yeah.
They were from Brooklyn, which was extra weird.
Yeah.
I was like, where are you from? You from around here? Like, oh, Brooklyn. Like, what are you doing here? Not PAX, believe it or not. What is game time?
it's game time. I mean, this is a gaming convention, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
You wouldn't know, Cado.
No, I have no clue. What is this? Where are we?
PAX.
PAX.
Yeah. Is that a nobody? That's apps nobody.
Well, honestly,
no,
honestly, like the
Or
distance from where PAX came from, it kind of feels like it's a nobody.
Yeah. Fair. We saw some video games here.
What is this you gave me?
What is what?
What is
How to struggle, move, grab. They know.
Regrow arm.
Regrow arm and talk.
Talk.
All of my favorite verbs from video games. We literally saw this, 5 minutes ago?
Yes, yeah.
45 minutes ago?
We're looking around the show floor and we're like, we could just go drink beer before the panel instead.
Yeah.
And so we're like, all right, let's go head up and go to the Sam Adams pub where they explicitly have a sign that says we do not serve beer. And then we went somewhere else. But we saw this really grotesque artwork, beautifully grotesque artwork out of the corner of our eye. We're like, what is that? And it was so we went over, and it's this beautiful PAX moment where it's these days so many games are overexposed. You feel like you know everything going in, and the beauty of a PAX or any show that you go to is finding a thing that just completely catches you by surprise. Mm-hmm. And this game called just
Struggling. Great name.
Is a game. It's a 2-player. It's a co-op game where you each some sort of
Beast.
Flesh beast. They had a descriptor
3 eyes,
that I forget.
a little orb. What if Meatwad was more fleshy?
Yes.
And had an extra eye and 2 arms that could regrow
I think
themselves.
like a Ren and Stimpy aesthetic.
Yeah.
Really
Thanks, I hate it.
hyper realistic but super gross. And you each control an arm with the analog stick, and you're just trying to move through the world.
The world is like the inside of a bigger flesh beast.
in which you're trying to blow up parts of it.
It was really good.
It's
and it's
really
just a
fun.
fun
It's
thing.
really
It's
fun,
over near the other side of the floor if you go across the way near the
It's a really
escalator.
tiny thing. There's just 2 PCs and a TV.
But I haven't had that moment in a long time because when you're on the press list, you get a billion emails. You're like, all right, I'll see these 6 things. It's been so long since I've just seen out of the corner of my eye a thing where I'm hearing people laugh and having a good time.
We
what is that?
watched the trailer. I was like, that seems funny. Looked over. There was an open kiosk, which never happens.
No.
People are sitting in line to play Kingdom Hearts 3. That game is out. And I guess they do want the gotcha
fucking
game
is.
thing, though. And
Yeah,
you did get a
that's
free
true.
gotcha game thing with that. But it was that there's just an open thing. We'll play it. Had a great time. It was immediately all right, next time we do a live thing, we're going to play that game. Because
We have
it would
to.
be
We
a
should
lot of fun.
email that dev and get
Yeah.
code. So,
Yeah.
Anybody else see any games before we move on?
Well,
I took
Patrick saw.
Cado to see his first
Wait,
game.
no, hold on. There's an
Oh.
order. There's a.
Just jump ahead. Just jump ahead.
All right.
Good.
Come back.
Just go ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead.
fine,
We'll go back.
fine.
Falcon Age I saw today.
That's a bird.
That's a bird.
It's
Guess
a good
what?
bird.
You get that bird when it is a child,
A baby.
Baby.
and it is cute, and you can pet it, and you can give it a hat, and you can give it a hat that forces it into being a baby bird forever.
Okay, wait. That's illegal.
Can I do that to my daughter?
No! Also illegal! illegal.
Can't become a teenager if you don't know how.
No, okay, so you still...
No one who's become a teenager has known how to be a teenager, ever. That's why it's so hard. That's what Kingdom Hearts is about.
We'll get there, we'll get there.
About. What do you mean by about?
We'll get there.
But what I'll say is you still get the stat upgrades of growing up, but you just look like a baby, which is ideal to me because babies are...
That's my whole life.
That's literally what you need to take off the hat.
High school.
Take off the hat,
Plumbers
Patrick.
come to my front door and go, "Are your parents home?" Motherfucker, I own this home. I mean,
like
I have
Richie
equity in
Rich.
it. Eventually, I'll own this home. The bank owns this home.
Anyway, this game was really cute. I played it. It was described to me as having like Firewatch type exploration with some slime rancher farming. And I tried out the VR mode.
That was so fun.
Because I don't like VR. I get motion sick. But they were like, try the VR mode. Cado was like in the VR mode and was like, try the VR mode. I was like, okay.
It's adorable.
And you can like touch the feathers and they ruffle. And then the bird, you go like this, and the bird's head's like this, and it doesn't move. It's really good. It's a fun game. It's coming out in a couple weeks, so I'm really excited for it.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Rob, did you see anything? What did you see?
Yeah, I did. I saw a noir mystery visual novel called
Can you just say
Nightcap.
noir mystery again for me?
Noir mystery.
Sounds good.
But Rob's acne soundboard increased.
So Night Call is a visual novel set in, I think, modern Paris. You're a cab driver who is on the trail of a serial killer, and you're the only person who's escaped him. But most of it is just like Taxi Cab Confessions, the visual novel, right? Like people get in your car and they just start talking, and your job is to either, if they want to be drawn out, sometimes they do, you draw them out. Sometimes people just want a silent ride, and you just sit there and listen as they sort of unpack what they're going through.
That's my nightmare. It's like I should never talk in the back of a cab, but I always do. And then when I get out, I go, I fucking shouldn't have said that in front of a person.
Well, and what's cool is the writing is solid enough that like even that moment kind of exists. Like there's people who get out of the cab and they're like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have. Yeah. But I think there's a couple other cool wrinkles here. One is that the entire look of it does have a really cool like 50s noir look to it. So if you know like in old noir movies where they do the rear projection scenes for like cars moving through the night, and it's all just obviously on a set with like film of like city streets at night playing in the background, the game looks like that, and it's all just like stark shadows and like the motion of the streets. The other cool aspect of this is that you're a Muslim cab driver in Paris, and there are, and sort of addressing the fact that there's a lot of like Islamophobia in the wake of the like Charlie Hebdo attacks and such. But where this sort of comes into play is you're a vulnerable person, and there's a lot of people who know they can kind of fuck with you in this game, and like it's sort of navigating those power dynamics. Like there's people who they're not out to get you per se, but they know they can turn screws that they couldn't with other people. Right. And you have to like figure out when to push back on that, or when you just have to like just get through this. And it's actually it seems to be handled pretty well. And I talked to the writer. He's put a lot of effort into the research of it, and it is a huge game. He said it's something like 230,000 words of text in it, and so it's like
I have no context for how many words that is, but it seems like a lot.
Apparently, it's a couple good novels.
Okay.
So this is very much like a detective novel, but in a game, which is like totally my shit.
And you're like basically being a detective from the front seat of a cab, right?
Yeah.
You're like piecing things together from what you've heard, moving around the city.
Yeah, like operating in the area where the killer's been operating, and just like picking up fares to like see what you can learn.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very cool. And like picking up suspects, like just being the cab driver who just shows up to this one guy who has a weird connection with a couple of the victims, and just you're his cab driver.
That sounds really good. Speaking of vulnerable people, we also saw Warsaw, which was a game I think you and I were both pretty skeptical about going in. If you haven't seen this, it is like, I mean, like, if I give you the soft pitch, it's going to sound great, which it's like Darkest Dungeon, but you kill a bunch of Nazis, which
sounds great.
But we were skeptical because the Warsaw Uprising is a particularly terrible tragedy in the history of World War II. Lots of innocent people were killed in an effort to try to push the Nazis out of their city in Poland, in Warsaw. And to see that, to see the trailer for it, where it's like they're very much trying to play on some heartstrings, and then to see the screenshots, it's like, that's Darkest Dungeon, but that's like an SS soldier, but like that person has a Tommy gun, is very like, ooh, are they gonna hit this right? But then we saw it, and I think we both came away pretty impressed, both as a tactics game, where it's kind of a neat evolution of some of the Darkest Dungeon ideas. Natalie, you saw it with us also, where it was, instead of just having like the row of 4 characters, it's 2 rows of 4 characters.
Yeah, it's like staggered.
Yeah, there's like staggered. Yeah, exactly. So it's like a front line and a back line.
Yeah.
And there's like objects to hide behind and take cover behind, and some interesting angles. Like if you're in the back row, you can shoot the front row better and stuff like that. But also, I think even after the demo, it wasn't until we talked to the lead dev that we ended up being pretty enamored by the ways in which that team is going about telling this story.
Yeah, we sort of we'd sort of seen enough of the game to realize that the gameplay decisions they'd made were, smarter and better than we were expecting.
Right.
But how was it going to tackle the overall theme of the story?
And we knew it would be grim because, so there's ammo counting, there's resource management. There's a moment when one of the characters you unlock is like a 14-year-old boy.
Less than that.
Younger.
He's playing.
I think he's younger, but the guy said 14, and I was
He
like,
said he was 14.
Yeah, I think that's a
He's
lie.
like on the floor
playing with like a toy train.
Like a toy train set.
I was like, he's one of my
he looks
fighters.
like Donald, but more baby.
Is Donald a baby?
No, not
Oh,
Donald.
Donald from Fire Emblem.
My son.
Your son, Donald.
Yes.
Yes.
Patrick.
It's just but then in talking to him,
Yeah, we sort of talked about both how it's going to address the fact that this was an uprising that ultimately failed, right? That eventually, the Red Army doesn't come to the rescue. The Nazis crack down and wipe everyone out in Warsaw. But the other part of this that we wanted to get into was how is this game going? This is a Polish developer, and one of the things that's happening in Poland right now is there's a really resurgent neo-Nazi movement in Poland. And so we sort of asked, how this game is going to be in dialogue with this political moment. And it was a really fascinating answer that he gave. Basically, this game is really sort of coming out of that sort of trauma of realizing that, holy shit, this could be happening here again right now. And he gave some really good answers. He said growing up in Poland, you grow up surrounded by memorials memorials to the Holocaust, and many of the worst concentration camps are in Poland. And so he thought, well, with that much history, with that much of a legacy in Poland, obviously that's one thing we don't. That's one thing we don't have to worry about.
Nazis never again. Yeah,
that's
obviously.
not coming back.
Yikes.
And so he sort of, in the interview, he sort of just says to us, never in my wildest dreams did I think this would be happening again in my lifetime in Poland.
He was also very upfront. Listen, we could be making the game where we try to whitewash this, and we try to make sure there's no swastikas in this game, and where the Nazis are not a particular historical group that have a tie to a specific nationality. We could just have the fascists.
You didn't have to do the specific event.
But he did. Right,
yeah,
exactly. And in fact, the thing that was wild, he was like, I wanted to make a game about this particular event, and it started as a Metroidvania. That's not right. That they made it. They made a prototype of it. This doesn't capture what that is. And so they started over. They looked around. They decided a tactics game. They played with that a little bit. And in the end, he was like, I know we're gonna get a lot of shit for this game. I know there are gonna be people online who are pissed about it, and fuck them, kind of. This is the game we have to make. We're gonna make a game that is interesting as a tactics game, but is also not going to shy away from this history. And that was dope. It was, again, I came into it pretty skeptical and left it pretty excited. So, speaking of tactics games, Patrick, you saw a tactics game that was kind of just announced pretty recently.
Pivot. What if tactics game where you turn bad guy into cow for 2 turns?
That's not the same as World War II, no? Okay.
As far as I know, Rob, correct the record.
No cow magic in World War II, Rob?
The Russian resistance actually did operate in rural areas.
No.
They found a lot of creative solutions.
Okay.
Fallen Heroes is a game announced just before PAX that is a tactics spin-off of Divinity Original Sin in that world, made by Larian Studios. I played the first one, really liked it. Having to get around to the second one because I was explaining to like the CEO, he's like, "Did you play the second one? Because like this takes place after the second one. We're gonna spoil the second one for you." I was like, "It's cool." It was like 5 years ago. You tell me 90-hour game. I'm like, "Hell yeah!" Now you tell me 90-hour game, and I'm like, "I could play 10 other games." I was like, "But I've heard your game is amazing, and I'm into tactics games." And like the short version of this is that it's the combat engine of Divinity Original Sin, in which, if you haven't played that, like some of the trick to Original Sin is it's a lot of like elemental attacks playing off each other. So you're doing a lot of like, there's water on the ground. You can zap that with electricity. You can pick up a barrel that's got oil in it and not just blow it up, but like use a teleportation magic to like dump it over near a set of enemies, then light that on fire. So there's a lot of chain reactions happening. Or like there's a spell which like tethers you to another enemy or someone. So like if you take damage, they take damage too. So like all this stuff is kind of playing off each other, and they dropped that into a turn-based game, and it works really, really well. Is a ton of fun, and like a fascinating way how they developed it is the CEO was like, "This is actually our vertical slice." And most of you are probably familiar with that term,
go ahead.
but like the term vertical slice usually means like when you're building a game, you build like a highly polished like one level or one sequence to like demonstrate what your vision is for the whole thing before you build it. And they sent off to an external team like, "Hey, try and make a tactics game out of Divinity." And they've been working at it, and then they just a couple of weeks ago greenlit it to full production based on this demo. Like this is just a thing they uploaded to the servers for the developers to play. And they said, "Yo, this is cool. Let's just take it to PAX and see what people think." And so he's like, "The reason it's all unpolished," I was like, "Can I tab between my units?" He's like, "Eventually." Not in the prototype. But it was cool, and so they said, we don't know when this is coming out, because literally like a couple weeks ago we said, make it.
Make it,
And I'm super excited. It seems like we talk a lot of tactics at Waypoint, but I think we all like have this dream of like XCOM with a story, or like XCOM with fucking, but like there's a lot of
Whose dream?
Fire Emblem?
But that seriously,
No, because like
and also Fire Emblem, like. The capital A, the story isn't that interesting. The relationships are interesting, and
the relationships are
the actual like the dragon coming from wherever. It's just not that good. It's just not. But are you the big Fire Emblem plot stan?
what happened in Fire Emblem Awakening?
That's a very good question. You know what?
Lucina shows up.
We don't. Lori's in season 2. We don't have time for it right now, but it was good.
Oh.
That's what you need to know.
But Divinity is a game that.
Wait, real quick, who's Marth?
Marth so Lucina.
Lucina shows up.
Disguises herself as Marth and shows up in Fire Emblem Awakening. I didn't play the earlier ones, okay?
It's fine.
I thought Marth was Lucina for a long time until Austin corrected me.
It's fine.
So, anyway, Awakening's good.
It is good. The hard
The
agree.
story of Awakening is good.
So Divinity is like very known for having like an exceptional like characters and story, and so like what I'm excited about this is like maybe it's possibly like combining all of the elements of what I'd like to see is like not just good tactics, not just good story, not just good characters, and like all that stuff together is like a really exciting prospect. So
Cool.
So far sounds really interesting.
I don't have a slide for it, but I do want to shout out Phantom Brigade, which if you were at the Giant Bomb panel, I talked about very briefly. Really cool tactics game that Rob, you told me to go check out. And I was like, wait, didn't I see that? And you described to me as being kind of frozen synapse-y. And I was like, that's not what I played a few years ago at like PAX Rising. Because what I played at PAX Rising was like a mech game that was like mech XCOM, basically. And instead, they're doing a thing now where the premise is you have your team of, like, it was the best pitch I've personally ever seen. It's like, have you seen 08th MS Team? And I was like, yes, I absolutely have. Like, you're 4, mech pilots who are, it's a little bit more mecha, a little bit less kind of Western, kind of stompy mech. They're still very stompy. And the premise is like you have a special system in your mechs that can see the next 5 seconds into the future. And so you kind of have an into the breach sort of thing where you're kind of, what the enemy intends to do. But what you don't know is how they'll react to what you do or how physics plays out. Because these mechs will fly into buildings, will destroy structures, will step onto a tank and trip and fall. It was really cool.
Yeah, there's kind of a myth element almost in terms of like just stuff flying around the environment and being interactable, things having like a physical momentum and weight. I don't know, like my mech gun battle was so kinetic and fast paced that like because you're badly outnumbered, you'll always be badly outnumbered in this game. So it's all like fire and movement, and overall it ended up feeling like John Wick but with mechs.
Yeah.
Is how it felt. Like it felt good. Like when your character rounds a corner and just like blows through a building with a like.
There's like a cool
machine gun.
slide. It's really good.
It's good.
There's like a melee close range unit with a shotgun and a shield, and then a like assault rifle and pistol unit basically. And at one point, my shield unit was just like providing literal cover for my ranged unit, like with the shield. Shield gets blown off, arms get blown off. I'm like, well, I guess I should eject. And the dev was like, wait, no, you still have the body of the mech. Charge it in, and at the last second, eject. And so I tried to do that, but the enemy I was charging to like stepped forward. And I just slammed into a building, knocked the building over. But the process knocked the other mech over onto a tank, and it was just like really cool cinematic
I didn't get to play
experience.
with the shield unit very much because so I'm a classicist. Like I think Phalanx is.
Thought you said
shield.
classist. I was like, wait, we have to have a talk.
Classic liberal, Rob's acting.
But yeah, so with a shield unit, immediately I was like, well, okay, that shield unit goes up front, and then your shooter goes behind the shield, and like you fight in formation. That's how we're gonna do this, because that's what mechs do. They fight in formation. Teamwork makes
This
the
is what
dream
that
work.
Beyonce song is about.
Yeah, it turns out when you try to do that, the mech behind the guy with the shield just unloads a full clip into the back of the guy's head, and so like I basically like team killed my shield unit in the first. And the guy tried to stop me. He was like, "I'm not sure this is gonna work out." And I was like, "End turn, commit move. Let's see what happens."
And also, you never said,
God.
this game is beautiful. It has like SimCity 2015, like tilt shift, beautiful like Instagram mode, and so I just love the idea of like, it's so beautiful in this little suburban town, in the back of the other mech's
like
head.
Joe Pesci and Goodfellas. It was just
Perfect. We put it off too long.
Cado's getting anxious.
Cado's getting anxious.
He literally pulled out his
Are
phone.
you texting us? Oh, yeah.
No.
Are you? We should do the test. God damn it. Oh boy. Shout outs to the fan artist Nick for letting us use
Where
this
is Nick?
incredible.
Is he
Nick,
here?
are you here?
Hey!
Thank you to
Thank
Nick.
you.
Round of
Who
applause
did this
for Nick.
incredible.
At
Fan art.
LComArt on Twitter. Thank you very much.
Say again?
At LComArt on Twitter.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
So yeah, let's start the Mark of Mastery exam.
Wait, can you set this up for people
Yeah.
who are like confused?
So
Like us?
Wait,
once upon a time, what?
There was a Keyblade War.
No.
In
so
Union Cross.
back when the world was still one. All right. so
January.
we were like, yeah, we're gonna.
Patrick and I
True. This is
were
true.
like,
You,
we should talk about Kingdom
Okay, no,
Hearts.
we have to go back further than that. Because what
Okay.
it was
First-
Patrick was like, we should do a Kingdom Hearts Waypoint 101. And I was like, if I don't like that game, it's just going to be me talking to a microphone about how much I don't like that game. And I don't want to shit on people who really like that game ahead of the thing that they've been waiting for 30 years. Like, it's rude.
It is rude.
And I don't want to do it that way. And so I was like, I'm done. And then you kept brainstorming because you're both...
well, then Natalie was interested in it, and I was like, well, maybe you and I will just do like a bonus pod that's like, let's
On the
let's
side.
love Kingdom
a
Hearts.
single bonus pod.
It's like all Waypoint ideas start. And then it was like the story, like Natalie got interested in the story, and I was like, well, maybe we should like specifically focus on the story. And then there was a podcast where talking about, I can't remember what we were talking about, but you as a total aside just said like lore reasons, and I remember like piping like, that's a good name for a podcast. And then after
And
the
then today you
podcast
said,
was
that's a
like,
good name for a
actually,
Patreon.
It's a great name for an actual podcast we should do, in which we celebrate a mythology, separate like the game part from it,
Yeah.
and like approach it from like scientifically, academically, what is happening
totally
in this world.
100% accurate.
100% accurate.
Always.
So...
So
In Kingdom Hearts, characters become Keyblade wielders and then Keyblade masters if they've passed their Mark of Mastery exam.
You become a... Okay.
What?
Hold
Did I fuck
on.
up already? Okay, you become a Keyblade wielder for a specific way.
You
What's
get touched.
There's a specific word, though.
You get woke.
You get woke. Uh-huh. You get
The
woke.
power of awakening.
The power of
what it
awakening.
is.
That's not what it's called. What's it called?
Okay, all I
Oh, you
know,
don't know, Cado?
What?
Aqua
Do you know?
touches
No, what? The bequeath.
the bequeath thing.
thing.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
That
you so
sounds
much.
dirty.
No, it's not.
like it.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it.
This is
Get some
Kingdom
help.
Hearts now. We're gonna be.
We need to start this exam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Next slide.
Anyway, we've been thinking about Kingdom Hearts for like a million years
And now we're gonna take our
so-
Marker Mastery exam. So let's see how this goes.
Yeah. Okay. So rules are we're gonna have points. Everyone's gonna have a point system.
Okay.
Okay,
There's an
Sid.
amount of points you have to reach to pass.
Shit.
Shit. We don't know anything, by the way.
don't
We
know
don't know
shit.
what these questions
going to
are.
declare that value?
I forgot to study, of course.
We tried to before, but then you yelled at me.
Yep. If I'm not gonna study, you can't.
All right.
Mine's by choice.
What are you whispering about?
Nothing.
Nope.
Do you guys?
You
have to-
forgot your fucking cue. Okay.
Whoa!
there was gonna be music.
There will be. Go.
Where are you going?
is happening?
Oh no, where's Patrick going? Is Patrick in?
Is he okay? What is
What is happening? Is he fucking? Are
is
you
he-
for?
I swear to
Swear to
God,
God.
I'm gonna be pissed. He's not doing it.
I'm so mad. Was there supposed to? Is the music over?
That's
No, it's supposed to loop.
Was something supposed to happen?
It's happening.
Is
I thought you were gonna do this out front.
Is Patrick naked right now?
No.
No,
No, that's why I thought he was just
I
gonna do
can't
it.
quite see.
yeah, he's behind. I can't see behind
There
the
was
curtain.
no. You didn't have a code word for this,
I was supposed to start introducing the rules of the thing. He was supposed to interrupt me,
and then do what?
and then this happened.
This exact thing.
How long did he think this would take? Is this
30
why you're-
seconds?
Is this why you were so concerned about time?
Yes! Shit like this is gonna keep happening.
Keep
What
happening.
even keep happening?
Wait, how many costume changes are in this show?
I cannot deal. I put this type of panel behind me. Are you gonna cry now? I can kind of see. How did you put a 30-second music
It's a
loop?
30-second
Did you
loop.
think that it was only gonna take 30
Like a minute,
seconds?
maybe, you know?
Sometime later.
And welcome to Waypoint.
Sora shows up.
Why are you? Let's go. I also have a costume.
Oh, it's the Master of Masters
The
is
Master
here.
of Masters is here.
It's Beto.
It's good.
Look at
Get
these.
those away.
Look at these.
It fits you like.
I have tears in my eyes. I don't know what's going on
Don't
inside.
fall. Please don't fall.
I ordered the teen size.
What are the questions?
Okay, we're gonna have Rob read these out. These were for
Rob's
submitted-
gonna read these out.
Yeah, submitted through Twitter. Thank you all very much to everyone who submitted a question. I might have reworded
Well, I
them
need to, like,
or
take
missed
a
y'all.
minute.
Sorry if I did.
He could have been studying back there, Natalie. Unfair.
Cheating, god damn it.
I've
All right.
gained a lot of knowledge in the last. How long was that? Too long.
You were too long.
We're gonna walk to a good bar.
Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
Moon.
fuck.
Jesus, don't start writing yet.
Why?
Put Pencils down.
Okay,
All right.
sorry.
Read it out.
All right. Moon Java and Aaron SXL ask, name 2 types of Heartless. Bonus, how do you tell them apart?
Oh.
Go.
You know I haven't played these games. You know I've watched explainers.
Yeah.
We didn't cover this.
Yeah, we did. We talked about it.
We did.
Okay. That's on me then.
Meter's running, Austin.
Nah. Listen, sometimes the masters need someone to just drive them around, and I'll be that person.
Yeah. Okay.
Did this happen in grad school a lot?
Yeah, no. You don't do this in grad school. You write papers. That's all the time?
Stop. That's it.
All right.
Don't look at my answers.
I didn't. You looked
Hey,
at
Patrick.
mine. You looked at mine and then said, "Don't look at my answers." Wait, Rob's got to read them.
Okay.
Well, we
You
need
pass
their
them
answer.
around.
Yeah, read them. Patrick,
Oh, wait,
read
these
yours
aren't
out.
in. Okay.
Oh, I'm reading? I thought Rob was going to read them.
Let Rob read them.
Mine's
Okay,
not.
wait,
No,
read
mine's
yours,
not
read
a
yours, read yours.
sentence. Okay.
Oh, Patrick,
Oh,
please.
Yep.
Sora.
Nobody.
Sora.
Wrong.
What?
Clones. Parentheses, wrong word.
So that's negative points?
This is why I didn't answer. I know how tests work. I just won't answer. No negative
Natalie.
points.
Wait, this system could be abused. Okay, there is the.
I have the bonus answer.
It's
What's the
right.
bonus answer?
Natalie has the conch.
Bullshit.
You don't get the
No, it's not. We talked about this.
You don't get the
There's-
bonus when you
shut
fucked
up.
up.
Shut up. There's the real Heartless who are pure darkness. They're like the pure Heartless that are just born out of darkness.
Skeptical
And then
Cado.
there's the other one, which is from people. And when the people lose...
Hold on. What are the types? What are they called?
I don't remember. Do I have to have the name? I'm describing them.
That's not how answers work.
I would get partial credit.
Partial credit?
C. No.
Half?
What is
Maybe.
it? What's
Wait,
the
do
answer?
you have the bonus?
What's
What's
the bonus?
How can you tell them apart?
Fuck.
Bonus. There are some that.
The emblem.
Ding.
There you go. That's
Gets
bonus.
1 point.
That's 1 point. That's 1 point.
One.
I got nothing.
All right.
That's it.
Let's go.
I got nothing.
All right, next up.
What was the,
So
what's
wait,
the actual
answering
answer?
wrong is negative points, but not answering is 0?
That's how tests work.
Yeah.
I was a teacher.
That really does seem fair.
Huh?
What's
The answers were pure blood and emblem.
Pure blood.
I said pure.
And
No idea. I don't even remember.
how you tell them apart
Did
is
we
the
talk
emblem
about
on
this
the
on the
emblem.
podcast?
I
Yes.
said
The
pure.
pure
We talked about this shit. We pulled up a wiki and read it out loud.
I said pure.
That doesn't
You
jog my
said
memory.
pure.
That's half credit. I should get 1.5. 1.5 points.
Is like Ansem
That's
pure
not
blood?
how-
Is the pure blood ones the ones that look like people, or is that a third category?
No, the
No,
pure blood
it's
of
the
the.
different. The only
We're not
difference
getting
is
into
that you
two. We don't have
the
time.
emblem is
First
it.
question.
Okay.
Next question.
Oh, fuck.
Put,
right,
no,
okay.
put your
Moon
pen down.
Oh,
pen
sorry.
down.
Moon Java and at Goofer. Who is Diz?
Yeah, nice.
Bonus, what does Diz stand for?
Can I write?
Go.
It's like.
This is good music for how they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Wait, what was the second half of the question?
What
What
does
does
this stand for?
Oh.
That's wrong, but the first part's right. That's no time.
All right.
We gotta move.
Okay.
Okay.
Go.
Austin, you didn't go last time. so
I
no.
sure didn't. Ansem the Wise. And I've written down Darkness and Zero. What's
Nailed
good?
it.
2 points.
Diz is Ansem the Wise, but black question mark?
That's
is the
true.
answer?
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I didn't get the second one.
It's not good to start with a right answer. Xehanort, but other Xehanort, like one of the 12.
The 12?
Hey, guess what? You're still wrong.
Somehow.
Austin 2.
Austin 2.
Natalie 1.
Natalie 1.
Yeah.
Back in it.
Next up.
All right. Damien VS.
Fuck.
Oh,
What-
I know.
What is the name of Sora's Keyblade?
Don't look at my thingy.
No cheating. Watch it.
Okay. No bonus for this one? I could tell you the charm on it.
Damn.
You can't invent bonus questions.
Why not?
Cuz, please.
Okay, done.
Okay. Well, shit.
Not gonna listen to the whole song?
That's my desktop. Don't look at it.
Natalie.
No, Patrick, because he's going to be wrong.
I like your shoes.
Thank you. My answer is let Kyrie do shit in this series.
No one's allowed to say that's wrong.
You can't play to
The
the
people love it.
I'll get rid of your negative mark.
Back at 0.
the Kingdom Key, and it has a Mickey Mouse charm on it.
Oh, is that all? A King Mickey charm on it.
It's the Mickey's head.
What? It has a name, though, doesn't it?
It's the Kingdom Key.
No, I mean the charm.
Oh, you didn't ask for the name
I
of
know, well,
the
you
charm.
asked the
Ready of
bonus.
this.
You asked for the bonus question. That's
I
on you.
said I could describe the charm.
No.
I said I could say what the
We're
charm.
on
You get
video.
one.
All
You
right,
get one. What
whatever.
did you
The
write?
That's
Kingdom
a negative
Keyblade.
point, right?
Kingdom Keyblade.
Wait, do you know the name of the charm?
No, I don't fucking know it, but I know it has a name.
What is it?
Does anyone know the name of the charm?
Thank you.
Fuck!
Thank you.
Really? I thought they had names in 2?
You're wrong.
tried to throw
so
this and it
give me
didn't go
2
away.
points.
There it
So
goes.
close to a negative point.
All right. I got that. We
Whatever.
both got that.
Okay.
Okay,
right.
next.
Oh, yes!
Det Goof and at Super Biased Man ask, what is the significance of the 100 Acre Wood book to the universe of Kingdom Hearts?
The universe or the games?
Universe.
Fuck.
Oh. Scratching that out. Okay.
Should I take a deep faith? Should I take a leap?
Y'all asked for short answer.
And then what happened was
That's a lot of writing.
you
Stop!
I have to finish this
pens
word.
down. No, pens down! Natalie.
Okay, the first thing I had that I scratched out was to level up your character.
Yeah. Yeah.
The second, and get the honeypot keyblade. In 3, specifically.
Spoilers.
spoilers. No Kingdom Hearts 3 spoilers.
Fuck,
We're gonna be
I'm
Apart
so
from that.
I'm really sorry.
That's
I
not
really
a
didn't
big
mean
one.
to say
That's
that.
not a
I'm
big
sorry.
one.
I'm
It's
sorry.
fine, it's fine, it's fine.
To show Sora that you can have friends, space or enter to be friends.
Yeah, Sora would have never known about friends. If not.
So, no.
No.
That's what you wrote, right?
That's what I
it.
wrote. That's what I wrote.
That's nothing. All right, Austin.
I've written, they go in there and have a good time with friends, and then you unlock the sphere grid.
I'll give you 1. That was almost 2, because technically the bonus would have been if you had the specific thing from one game, so that's 1.
That wasn't, you'd have to say a bonus ahead of time.
Nah.
You can't have secret bonus.
Secret bonus.
Secret bonuses.
Honey's great on toast.
That's true.
It's
but
true.
wrong.
I'll take it.
Oh, shit.
Stop writing! Put it down!
Ask the question then.
Name all 3 of the Twilight Town kids.
Go!
Do I get bonus points if I write both of their names down?
It says
What?
3.
There's 3.
No, but I mean, they're secret names that we only know the answers to.
No!
That's not it. Oh, shit.
Stop!
All right.
Pen sound.
Got it.
Okay.
Patrick.
Omelet,
1.
bacon, spinach.
That's
Is
what
that-
I had for breakfast this morning.
-3. All right.
Omelet. Pence. I wrote down Bannon, which is not true. I know that's wrong.
Steve Bannon?
I know it's wrong. I remembered it was like Hammond.
Austin.
I got Pence. I got Omelette/omelet, and I wrote down Ricky Bobby. Is that not it? How close is Ricky Bobby?
What's the answer?
Hainer.
Hainer.
Fuck Hainer.
No points that
Get a
round.
better name.
Wait, we don't get points for partial?
No.
Wait, so we don't get.
No one
We don't
gets
get all
points.
point.
That's a 3-point.
If you, real talk, if you know three people, if you're like, you run into 3 people at PAX and you only know 2 of their names, and you're like, oh, Pence, omelet, that's good enough.
Next
You don't-
question.
sometimes
Next
you don't-
question.
Samuel B. Upton asks, what causes a rock to hit Goofy in the head finally, seemingly killing him? Justice finds Goofy at last.
Go.
Sounds like a good series.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You can't. What are you doing? Don't share
Patrick,
it.
what'd you get?
I already finished mine. That's not right.
That might be right. That might be right.
Who could say?
That might be right.
Namara.
Well, we'll find
Stop.
out now.
Pens.
Patrick?
Copyright law?
Interesting.
Rock
An
monster
interesting
that
thought.
made Mickey mad?
No.
Pete.
No. You were so confident.
I lost it.
The Heartless attacked them on that cliff.
That's too fucking generic.
Look.
The Heartless
That's
attacked you
basically
the
it.
whole
They
game.
just said that's basically it. That's basically it.
That's not
Why is it
specific
attacking the
enough.
What's
Wait,
hard
wait,
about it?
wait,
What's
wait.
the, we need
wait.
the little
The
deliberation.
Heartless are attacking the cliff.
Rob
Not
has to
Shooting.
pick. Rob is the
Heartless hits
decider.
the rock.
Yes, the Heartless hits the rock. You see
But
them
you
on the
say,
fucking
what does it
ledge.
say on your
Rob
word?
is the least biased.
The Heartless
so
attacked them on that cliff.
Attack them on that cliff. They're on a cliff.
The Heartless are like up. I remember this it's a beautiful shot.
Why are
They're on top of a cliff. You can barely see them. They move in the distance. It's sort of like that great scene in City of God where you know some shit's about to pop off. If you've seen City of God, let me tell you, that dance hall scene is wild. And then the Heartless show up.
I mean, there's a cliff, there's a Heartless attack. I think he nailed it.
Okay.
What's the,
All right. Apparently, the correct answer is a Heartless shooting a wall, or we also would have taken Goofy trying to save Mickey.
Because really, it's
okay,
Goofy's
that's
fault
true.
for
That's
getting in the way of the rock.
actually- yeah.
Because that's literally what
Yeah.
happened.
All right,
Yes.
Tim O'Neill asks, which of these characters are voiced by Mandy Moore in the Kingdom Hearts franchise? Kyrie,
Put down your pens.
I'm
Kyrie,
clicking.
Rapunzel, Eris, or Aqua?
Don't cheat. I can see you.
What did I
I'm
do?
not changing my answer. I'm just
Wow, she's
looking.
been- Why don't you describe it again?
I already wrote.
Wow.
Have you written one name? One name.
Circle. I'm good. I flipped it over.
That's very funny.
wrong, aren't I?
Austin's. What was Austin's answer?
I wrote none. Trick question, motherfucker. Because they didn't get her for the one.
Natalie.
Wrong.
Fuck.
It was Aqua.
Patrick.
Aerith?
Aaron.
Hey.
Stop.
Who didn't they?
You have 1 point.
Okay, but wait. Kingdom Hearts 3 is missing one superstar from its all-star Disney voice cast.
Yeah.
So is that not
But that
true?
wasn't the question. The question was in Kingdom Hearts 1.
So wait, they got her
Mandy
for that?
Moore was Aerith.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Mandy Moore doing it. I'll take the L.
On the board.
Oh.
Am I?
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings Dan asks, what did Xemnas
Oh, wow, nice.
say his goal for Organization 13 was in Kingdom Hearts 2?
Say his goal.
In 2.
Yes, what was his avowed objective?
Oh.
So when Patrick's doing that dance, does like Sora dance a lot, or is Patrick just an asshole?
He's just fucking around. Yeah.
Okay.
That's just Patrick. Patrick being Patrick.
No, wait, fuck.
Keep. Stop. Stop.
Shit.
All right. Austin.
What are you
Shoes
doing?
on backward.
Austin.
Okay. I wrote to create conflict and bring Kingdom Hearts into being.
No.
Okay.
Sorry, this is a weird summary.
To make the Keyblade.
No.
Take over Kingdom Hearts and spread darkness everywhere. I went generic.
No.
Because I feel like I can appeal to Cado.
No. Okay, his stated goal, what he told the rest of the organization, was in order to, if they made an artificial Kingdom Hearts, they could get hearts of their own. I would have also taken as a bonus, his real objective was to create Kingdom Hearts and then fuse with it so that he can become godlike and then take over the world.
Right, of course.
A
Obviously.
Final Fantasy game.
We're probably nowhere near the points we need.
Moon Java asks,
No, this is great.
We need more time.
name as many of the original members
start
of
writing,
Stop it!
Organization 13 as you can. Do you think it makes a difference at this point, Cado? Bonus.
If it doesn't, then I should start.
What are their original names?
Go.
So are you disappointed in how they're doing so far, given how far you've come?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they had learned something, you know? We went on such a journey together.
This is why I take notes.
Obviously, nothing
Do you think lore reasons just didn't have enough lore?
We had all of it in. All of this was in the show.
1, 2, 3, 4,
I made
5.
sure.
Oh,
Fuck is that motherfucker's name?
A fine Disney property.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
He goes like, what?
Good.
Oh, who's the Wonderwall kid?
Right? No, I got him. Him I got. I got both of them.
Who else is there?
This is the Kingdom Hearts soundtrack.
Oh shit.
All right.
Okay.
This is a bop.
Skrillex. It is.
Trying to draw
Oh.
strength from this.
Oh
You
my
looked at my
God.
sheet.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Stop.
I swear I did not. I swear.
Pens down. All right.
Patrick will
Austin.
be quick.
How many?
Saix, who's
Okay.
Issa.
Fuck.
Axel, who's Lee.
Yep.
Marluxia, who the fuck knows. Zigbar, don't remember. Roxas. Demix, D-E-M-Y-X is what I've written.
Okay.
And then I've, in like with a star, with a quote, Xion, because she isn't actually part of it, but she hangs out with them. She's like the 14th member, but she's not an actual member.
All right. Those all counted. Yeah. Good job.
Larxene,
Oh.
my queen. Marluxia,
Okay.
who was, I don't remember. Demix, Evan,
Oh, Evan.
Briggs.
Wait, what's Evan? Wait, Evan's not right? No, but Evan's his original name, not his.
Vexen,
Those are
Vexen,
that still counts for a
Vexen.
point.
Okay.
Even though if you didn't get the other one, it's fine.
Breg and Zigbar,
Greg.
Zemnis and Ansem. Right. Ienzo, I don't remember their ex name. Axel and Lee.
All right, Patrick.
I choose to not answer as to not accrue any negative points.
You couldn't name one? One.
You have.
I have. Axel.
All right, final. That counts. Final
Your final question?
question.
Okay. It all comes down to this.
Aristopan asks, to the best of your ability, please recreate Natalie's version of the drum solo from In the Air Tonight.
We have to write this?
No, you have to do it.
Well, we have to write it first?
No.
No.
Okay.
Oh, you're
It's-
doing notation?
I was.
No. Okay, so we gotta pay attention. I have the actual file here. How close do they get?
I think it is douche, da douche, da douche, da douche, douche.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Do.
I wish
No,
it was
it's
that.
not. No, it's not.
Natalie?
It's. Douche, 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 douche.
And
Douche,
Rob?
douche, 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 douche. Do it again.
Do it again.
Okay, stop. It was me. Wait, we should do a clap. We should do a clap thing. For Austin, clap if you think he got it. Patrick?
dinosaur.
Okay.
What? Me.
Natalie.
I think Patrick really got the spirit of it.
Sounds
This is going
good.
to keep us from getting our mastery.
Are you fucking
This is
kidding
going to
me?
keep us from getting our mastery. It's going to happen.
Wait, that was a joke, right?
All right.
It was your original.
Douche, douche,
No, we
douche,
can't
douche,
re-answer.
douche, douche.
Yeah, but you've learned too much about In the Air Tonight since then.
No, because the In the Air Tonight actually is douche at the beginning.
You should give her a point for being wrong still.
All right, so you needed 10 points to pass. At the bottom, Sora, of course,
Yeah,
not
just
passing
like
the
the video
Mark
game.
Mastery. Austin, with 9 points.
You know what? That's all right. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to learn how to awaken some hearts. I'll
And
be fine.
Natalie, with 11.
You were Riku. You were Riku all along. Congratulations. Don't put that.
my
No, you don't know
God.
where that's.
The true lore master.
It couldn't have gone better.
How are those gloves already this dirty?
That was just
That's
hand
for fashion.
residue.
The package made it imply that it came with a hair, spiky hair, and then I told Cado, I was like, I'm gonna buy some on the floor, and then I was with Austin the whole time.
There's like no chance for me to go buy some spiky hair.
Thank everyone for coming out. Our names are up there. Thank you so much for your support. Enjoy the rest of the show. Quinn, give me 1 point.
I'm a Keyblade master.